Class of 2014, please be seated. Good afternoon, I'm Jeff Rickel, Almond-Bancroft Pre-K through 12 Principal, and on behalf of the Almond-Bancroft Board of Education, Administration, Faculty, and staff, I'd like to welcome you to the 2014 Almond-Bancroft High School graduation ceremony. We're all here today to celebrate yet another milestone in the lives of those sitting here before us. Seems just like yesterday you were entering 6th grade, trying to find your way, and the biggest worry of the day was having to remember your locker combination and then make it to your class on time. Now you're ready to go out on your own. Make certain you take time to enjoy life and recognize those who are important to you and have helped you along the way. Again, welcome to all the family and friends that are at today's ceremony, and thank you for coming to support and honor the 2014 graduates. We have several speakers and performances today that will celebrate the accomplishments made during the course of their schooling. And now to get this ceremony kicked off, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the 2014 valedictorian, Angela Iwanski.
Good afternoon. You get a strange feeling when you're about to leave a place. As excited as my classmates and I have been to graduate, I think we've all experienced a sense of nostalgia in the past few weeks. The moment was different for all of us. It may have come to some of us while we were looking through pictures for senior video. Or it may have been the moment that we realized we will never play with our teammates again. It could have been triggered by something as mundane as spinning your lock for the last time, or realizing that you just turned in your last high school final. In fact, it may have had nothing to do with school at all, and may have come to us as we were with our friends on Tuesday night when we really should have been studying for a calculus final. Regardless of what the moment was, it all produces the same emotions. It forces your excitement and anticipation for graduation to come to a sudden halt, and it replaces it with the realization that even though you're excited about the future, there is a universal truth that we all must face. Endings are bittersweet. I've never really liked endings. The last day of summer, the last chapter of a good book, saying goodbye to a close friend. But endings are inevitable. The leaves fall, you close the book, you say goodbye. Today is one of those days for us. Today we say goodbye to everything that is comfortable, everything that has been familiar to us in the past 18 years of our lives. Today, we say goodbye to our classmates, some of whom we may never see again, and we remember all of the good times that we've shared with them, both in and outside of the classroom. Today, we say goodbye to our friends, the people who are alongside us as we explored the world and learned about life. These are the people that over the past years we have made unforgettable memories with, and in the process learned that the time we've enjoyed wasting isn't always wasted time. Today, we say goodbye to our coaches, our advisors, and our directors. They've made school about more than just classwork. Through activities like participating in clubs, school plays, and athletics, we've learned how to work closely with others to achieve a common goal, and we've had a lot of fun doing it. Today, we also say goodbye to our teachers and the faculty, the people who we must thank for unselfishly sharing their talent and knowledge with us. They've demanded excellence from us, whether we've wanted to give it. They set the bar high and challenged us to meet their standards, and we are better because of it. Most importantly, today we say goodbye to our families. Although we are not literally leaving them today, when we walk out of this gymnasium with diploma in hand, we will be taking our first steps towards the rest of our lives. Our families have prepared us for this in more ways than we can list. From dragging us out of bed in the morning, to giving us life advice, to lecturing us when we need it, to always showing their unwavering love and support. To them, we owe an unpayable debt of gratitude. While we are saying goodbye to all of these people today, and saying goodbye may hurt, it's okay. Because you see, some people have such a profound influence on our lives that they become a part of us, and therefore, we never really say goodbye. These people will be with us when we walk out of these doors with our diplomas, and when we venture off next fall to go to college, or wherever we end up. They will also be with us at our first serious job interview, and they will be with us for everything that follows in our lives. So class of 2014, don't let how much saying goodbye hurts hold you back from moving forward with your life. Because just remember, YOLO. Thank you.
Good save. Thank you very much, Angela. I'm glad you're not hurt. Now I'm very proud to introduce to you the class of 2014 salutatorian, as well as class president, Alexis Seitz.
So, today's the day we finally graduate high school. We all couldn't wait for this day, and now it's finally arrived. I'm guessing just about all of us had a countdown, counting the days away, getting anxious as it went from 3 months to only a week away. During my countdown, I came to this odd realization that the 7 days left on my countdown also meant that I had 7 days to write this speech. So, as some of you may know, I'm an excellent procrastinator, and I wrote this speech at 9 a.m. this morning. So, my words of wisdom for those incoming freshmen and those still in high school is don't procrastinate. It could lead to a very sleep-deprived teenager the next morning, and it is a little stressful. But throughout high school, each individual learns a lot of valuable life lessons. We all learn from each other. Like our class learned not to buy $40 worth of CDs from a guy on the street in New York. Thanks, Taylor, for that. We also learned that day that girls are much better at haggling in Chinatown than the guys are. Got a lot better deals. Oh, and I also learned how to use semicolons, but I'll most likely never use them because that's what periods are for, right, Mrs. Schumacher and Ms. Shainfeld? Come on. But another valuable lesson I learned is that parents are hard on you because without the constant nagging, I wouldn't be standing up here today giving you guys this speech. Cannot thank them enough for everything they've done for me and pushed me, so I always do my best. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad, and Riley, too. Thank you all for putting up with me all these years. I appreciate everything you do for me. I also want to thank the girl who's been my lifesaver. She's always been there for me when I needed her the most, and I wouldn't survive without her. I love you, Megan. There's so many people I could thank, but I'll give one big thank you to my teachers. You guys are great. You managed to put up with our class for 4 years, and you did a great job. Now that our teachers, parents, and community have prepared us, we are ready to begin creating our future. And this is the part where you find out who you really are as a person. I wish every single one of you the best of luck in all of your future plans. And now I'm going to end this with a cheesy quote. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams, so go confidently in the direction of your dreams. And keep it classy, class of 2014.
Thank you, Alexis. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce to you our guest speaker for today, Almond-Bancroft High School English teacher and senior class advisor, Tony Schumacher.
So, today sucks. I am not enjoying this one bit at all. I'm going to have to say goodbye to all these really wonderful people. It's really hot in here. My feet hurt, my hair keeps falling out of its barrette, and my family completely threw me for a loop by not sitting over here, but over there. So, I understand that there is a pool out there right now wondering how long it's going to take me to cry during this speech. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I cried a week ago. I cried at least 6 times on Friday. I cried yesterday. I cried this morning. I will probably cry after graduation, and I'm pretty sure I'll cry tonight again. But those girls stole my Kleenexes. and put them under their chairs instead of mine. So I'm not going to be crying. Therefore, I think all the bet money should go to me, and I will go buy chocolate and peanut butter and Diet Mountain Dew with it. And I will be happy. All right, this class is different from every other class that I have seen graduate. This class started first grade the same year that I started teaching here, which means that not only have I never been in this school without them, but they've never been in this school without me. We are like a constant in each other's life. That gives them a really unique place. And then in third grade, my daughter joined their class, which makes them my constant and my daughter's class, which is 2 connections. And then around 2008, Aiden asked me who her advisors would be in high school, and I did some really quick calculations and discovered that it was going to be me and my other lovely people that work with me. But that's the trifecta. 3 connections, plus I had to teach them twice English class, and they all did me so proud. Now, the problem with seeing a group of kids all the way from first grade to graduation is it messes up one's perception. I see them as little children. Little children. They have changed so much, though. I look at Carissa, and I remember when she was just this little small girl with a big smile, and look at her now. Little small girl with a big smile. Okay, scratch that one. Anna was one of those girls who in elementary school went absolutely horse crazy, just like every other girl in grade school. And now she's heading off to college to specialize in horses. Never mind. Let's look at Kyle. Kyle was such a handful. He was just full of shenanigans. Not even going there. Not even. Megan used to be quiet, still crying out loud. Wait. Shelby, where are you, Shelby? Shelby, Cody did not have facial hair back in elementary school. We are set. All right. But seriously, what happened? When did this growing up thing happen? At the award ceremony, this weird transformation occurred. Every once in a while, I'd catch sight of one of the kids and think that I was seeing someone's older brother or sister, and then I would realize that I was looking at one of them, and it didn't make sense. Ethan, Cody, Alex, Evan, they're all shorter than I am. I remember them all being shorter than I am, and I'm pretty sure this is all just an optical illusion that I have to look up at them now when I tell them what to do, but it's okay. But was it something else? Was it little by little? Was it all at once? Maybe it has been happening all along, and I was just too busy teaching you about essays and literature to notice. But while I was busy teaching you essays and literature, you learned a lot of really important things. Things you needed to learn in order to survive once you leave here that have nothing whatsoever to do with English class. Now, English class is very, very important, as are all your other classes. I am thrilled when someone uses the word supposedly correctly instead of supposedly. And I will bet most of you still know the definition of chattel. What is it? Thank you. You need to know these things. You need to know how to write an essay. You need to know how to calculate area and circumference. You need to know how to say, where is the bathroom in Spanish? That one can be really, really important. But knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you can assimilate, the more you can do with it. But you learn a great deal more than academics. You learn not to let self-doubt keep you from doing something. I cannot count the times I heard the words, I can't. And my response was always the same. Yes, you can. Just do it. I'll be here to help you if you need it. And you did. You did it. You pushed beyond your own self-doubt and gave it a shot. Most of the time, you did just fine. Sometimes you bombed. which brings me to the next lesson that you learned. You learned to make a mistake, and instead of surrendering and giving up, you admitted that you needed help, and you asked for it. It is really difficult to ask for help when you don't know something because you feel like everybody else knows that, and you don't, so it's kind of embarrassing. But here's the secret. They don't. So keep asking questions. You learn the importance of controlling your impulses and emotions. This one will save you over and over in the real world. And what do I mean by it? I mean that when something didn't go your way, or someone, often me, ordered you around or gave you the teacher finger, you learned to bite your tongue and not snap back. You learned to take a breath and answer calmly. Some of you still need to practice this one. Practice it a lot, Kyle. But since many adults can't do it, kudos to you. That was actually written in my speech while you were making little signals at me that you didn't learn that. Okay, probably one of the most important things you learned is the idea of delayed gratification. You dealt with short-term inconveniences in order to have long-term success. You came to class, even though you could have skipped. You made it to class on time most of the time, even though it meant you had to rush or not get a drink or not have time to meet your squeeze at your locker. You did lessons in which you saw absolutely no purpose. You put aside what you wanted to do in order to do what you needed to do. And right now, some of you are thinking, well, I had to do all those things or I would have failed your class and I wouldn't have graduated high school. That's the point. You put aside what you wanted to do what you had to do to reach your goals. And you did that. You did not quit. Sometimes you had to be dragged kicking and screaming through the process, but somewhere in the back of your mind, you had to have learned that lesson because you didn't quit. And here's your proof. You are here, ready to graduate. Now, and as I stand and look out at all of you, you little children, small little tots, I am slightly panicked because I have not taught you all that I wanted to teach you, and there is still so much for you to learn. But you're a captive audience right now, so here's a crash course and a bunch of the stuff that you still need to know in this world. You won't probably get the full meaning of these lessons until you experience them, but at least you'll have a little heads up. 1, don't fear change. Embrace it. It has been said that one of the most dangerous phrases in the world is, but we've always done it this way. Every development in the history of ever is because someone suggested a change. Your existence was a huge change in your parents' lives, and it turned out pretty well. Say, I love you when you feel it. It might be your only chance to do so. Don't ever say it if you don't really feel it, or if you don't really mean it, just because it seems like the right thing to do. These are precious words, and they should not be used lightly. But when the feeling is there, say it a lot. Your status here will mean absolutely nothing anywhere else. You will have a fresh start wherever you go, and whatever you do there will determine how people see you. And that's a good thing because you are all amazing people and you're going to make great impressions on the world. Do as much stuff as you can before you settle down. One of my favorite movies is Mame, starring Rosalind Russell. In it is the quote, "Life is a banquet and most poor suckers are starving to death." Life is your banquet. High school is nothing but cheese and crackers at the beginning of the banquet. Some of you have started sampling the full banquet. New York was maybe an egg roll or shrimp cocktail or something like that. But you need to get out there and dig into prime rib and taste the escargot, sample a little haggis, all kinds of things that are out there that are just adventures. Talk to people who are absolutely nothing like you. It will be fascinating. The world is waiting. Go see it, experience it, have as much fun as possible, and never skip something just because you're afraid you might look foolish. Embarrassment usually leads to really good stories at which, when you tell them, your listeners will smile and say, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did that." All the while being really envious that you did it and they didn't. Now, that said, don't do things you'll be ashamed of. Things you are ashamed of make you pray that no one ever finds out. Note the difference and act accordingly. And here's the most important lesson of all. Never forget where you come from. You will never be part of such an ongoing group that isn't related to you as you are right now. You will go your separate ways. You will meet new people, become part of new groups, but 50 years from now, you will see the name of one of your classmates in the paper and you will go, "I remember them. I went to school with them. I did this with them. I did that with them. I hated them." One of the two. You're going to remember them anyway. You're connected. They are the tablecloth of your banquet of life. They may be covered up with all the new dishes you can try, but they are always going to be there underneath. So, I will finish. You know I love to talk, but I will be done. You need to go grab a fork and go start your feast, because your banquet is waiting, and I will miss you.
Thank you, Mrs. Schumacher. I love that analogy, cheese and crackers, but I think we also had some chicken nuggets and some beefy cheesy nachos probably along with that as well.
Lots of potatoes.
Yes, lots of potatoes, starches. All right, and now at this time, the concert choir, directed by Mrs. Crystal Frank, will be performing 2 pieces for us today. I hope you dance, and for good. Thank you, Mrs. Frank, and members of the choir for the wonderful music. The Almond-Bancroft Wind Ensemble, directed by Mrs. Mary Nowinski, will now perform October. Thank you for the wind ensemble for being with us today. That was beautiful. The class of 2014 has put together a collection of memories in the following video. A special thank you to Ms. Stibbs for putting the video together, as well as Mr. Seymour, our technology coordinator, for being here with us today to help things go smoothly. It is going to be a few moments while we get this set up, and know that the lights are going to be turned off here in a few moments. So if during the lights out time, if you could keep any movement to a minimum, that would be great. So again, just a few moments.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves forget all the ones who loved you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake, and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you.
I don't know what I want, so don't ask me, 'cause I'm still trying to figure it out. Don't know what's down this road. I'm just walking, trying to see through the rain coming down. Even though I'm not the only one who feels the way I do, I'm alone on my own, and that's all. No, I'll be strong, I'll be wrong, or the life goes on. Oh, I'm just a girl trying to find a place in this world. Got the radio on, my old blue jeans, and I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve, feeling lucky today. Got the sunshine, could you tell me what more do I need? And tomorrow's just a mystery, oh yeah, but that's okay. I'm alone on my own, and that's all. No, I'll be strong, I'll be wrong, oh, but life goes on. Oh, I'm just a girl trying to find a place in this world. Maybe I'm just a girl on a mission, but I'm ready to fly. I'm alone.
I remember when we used to laugh about nothing at all. It was better than going mad from trying to solve all the problems we're going through. Forget them all, 'cause on those nights we would stand and never fall together. We faced it all. Remember when we stay up late and we talk all night in a dark room lit by the TV light. Through all the hard times in my life, those nights kept me alive. Listen to the radio play all night, didn't wanna go home to another fight. Through all the hard times in my life, those nights kept me alive. I remember when we used to drive anywhere but here, as long as we forget our lives. We were so young and confused that we didn't know to laugh or cry. Those nights were ours, they will live and never die together. We stand forever. Remember when we stay up late and we talk all night in a dark room lit by the TV light. Through all the hard times in my life, those nights kept me alive. Listen to the radio play all night, didn't wanna go home to another fight. Through all the hard times in my life, those nights kept me alive. Those nights belong to us. There's nothing wrong with us. Those nights belong to us. I remember when we used to laugh, and now I wish those nights would last. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. Tonight's the night. Let's live it up. I got my money. Let's spin it up. Go out and smash it. Like, oh my God. Jump out that sofa. Let's get off.
I know that we'll have a ball if we get down and go out and just lose it all. I feel stressed out, I wanna let it go. Let's go way out, spaced out and losing all control.
Fill up my cup. Mazel tov. Look at her dancing. Just take it off. Let's paint the town. We'll shut it down. Let's burn the roof.
And then we'll do it again.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And do it. And do it. Let's live it up. And do it. And do it. And do it. Do it. Do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. 'Cause I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling. So denied, so I lied. Are you the now or never kind? In a day and a day, love, I'm gonna be gone for good again. Are you willing to be had? Are you cool with just an eye? Here's a toast to all those who hear me all too well. Here's to the nights we felt alive. Here's to the tears you knew you'd cry. Here's to goodbye. Tomorrow's gonna come too soon. Put your name on the line, along with place and time. Wanna stay, not to go. I wanna ditch the logical. Here's a toast to all those who hear me all too well.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah.
Yes, I can. Doubt, better leave. I'm running with this plan. Pull me, grab us in the bucket, can't have me. I'll be the president one day. January 1st. Oh, you like that gossip? Like you the one drinking thinking what godsip.com. Now I got a word for your tongue. How many Rolling Stones you want? Yeah, I got a brand new spirit speaking and it's done. Woke up on the side of the bed like I won. Talk like the wind in my chest to that sun. G5 in the US to Taiwan. Now who can say that? I wanna play back. Mama knew I was a needle in a haystack. Oh, body boy, plus way back. I got a feeling it's a rap. ASAP.
Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling.
The mountain top, walk on water. I got power, feel so royal. 1 second, I'ma strike for you. Diamond, platinum, no more for you. That adrenaline, never giving in. Giving up's not an option, gotta get it in. Witness, I got the heart of 20 men. No fear, go to sleep in the lion's den. That glow, that spark, that crown. You're looking at the king of the jungle now. Stronger than ever, can't hold me down. 100 miles gunning from the pitcher's mile. Straight game face, it's game day. See me running through the crowd, full of melee. No trick plays, I'm Bill Gates. Take a genius to understand me.
Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling. Get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screens but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you, 'cause there's a spark in you? You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you work. Make 'em go as you shoot across the sky.
Can't read my mind, I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. so far away. Everything that you always dreamed of, close enough for you to taste, but you just can't touch. You wanna show the world but no one knows your name yet. You wonder when and where and how you gonna make it. You know you can if you get the chance. In your face seems the door keeps slamming. Now you're feeling more and more frustrated, and you're getting all kind of impatient. Waiting, we live and we learn to take one step at a time. There's no need to rush. It's like learning to fly or falling in love. It's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen, and we find the reasons why. One step at a time.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high, they bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, tell you now, bring me down.
Well, during the video, I was informed I veered a little bit off from the actual program. So the principal informed me that we are turning the heat on and we are going to watch that video again here in a few minutes. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. These guys are all getting a copy of it, and you can watch it as many times as you can when you get home. We are going to get back on track, though, and I'm going to invite Mr. Box, our district administrator, up here to present the class of 2014.
Thank you. Before I present the class, I'd like to say a couple thank yous to my staff and the wonderful job that they do, both support staff and my teaching staff, and counselors, administrators. I have a wonderful group of people. We work together here at Almond-Bancroft. More especially, I'd like to thank the parents, not only of our graduates, but also of our other students and the community. You give us a wonderful group of students to work with. We appreciate your support year in and year out, and again, I just want to say thank you. At this time, I'd ask Mr. Jerry Dernbach and Gary Smith to join me on stage. With the graduating class of 2014, please stand. Almond-Bancroft Board of Education members, Mr. Jerry Dernbach and Mr. Gary Smith, these fine students have met the necessary requirements for graduation as determined by the state of Wisconsin and Almond-Bancroft School District. It is therefore my privilege to present to you and the audience the graduating class of 2014. Class, please be seated. At this time, I'd ask Mr. Rickel to read the names of the graduates and that Mr. Dernbach and Mr. Smith join me in distributing the diplomas. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Box. And now, with the first row of graduates, please stand and make your way forward to the stage. Please come forward as I call your name. Sarah E. Barraza. Joseph Carl Beagle. Taylor James Shiseski. Alexander Lyle Kroll. Brandon Alexander Eastman. Jesse Ryan Gneist. Angela Marie Iwansky. Abigail Carpin. Derek James Keenlands. Gunnar Lee Larson. Kyle David Leonard. Ramiro Luna. Jewel Alicia Matke. Cody Allen Meadow. Nathaniel Newby. Caleb Andrew Olson. Evan Merle Poggle. Anna Elizabeth Perrin. Carissa Lynn Perzinski. Aiden Violet Rock. Paige Marie Scott. Alexis Andrea Seitz. Adam Joseph Siriani. Kayla Rose Smith. Shelby John Swan. Jacob Wayne Valerie. Raiden Joseph Van. Megan Ray Varga. Lacey Mae Warzinski. Ethan Scott Yankee. And now it is time for the presentation of the flowers and the turning of the tassels. Graduates, please stand and come forward to receive your flowers.
Oh,
Graduates, please stand. Make your way forward to the stage at this time. The class of 2014 would like to give friends and family a chance for a group photo, so they are going to be up here on the stage. Friends and family, you're welcome to come down for pictures. I'm going to give you a few moments to do that before we conclude today's ceremony. All right, as we conclude today's ceremony, I'd like to personally thank all of the parents, family members, friends, and teachers that have made this day possible for these graduates. Your love and support have given them the strength to make it here today. To the class of 2014, thank you for your dedication to the school and the wonderful memories that we've all been able to share with you. We wish you all the best. Please join me in congratulating the Almond-Bancroft class of 2014.